you to position us for the future. I get it. We struck out. But the reality is we can't overreact. We've got to be patient and make the right decisions.
Well, I'm against the world because I don't think y'all struck out. I think y'all landed a stud in Julius Randle, who's underrated. I think Coach Fizdale going to bring a lot for us culture-wise. And I think y'all moving in the right direction. I think Knox will be better this year. And I think, think about it. If Kawhi don't go back to Toronto, the East is wide open.
No doubt.
Washington's banged up. The Celtics with a new look. Philly with a new look, so everybody's.
But it's about patience with the Knicks, and I don't think Knicks fans want to hear that anymore. But it is. It's about growing your young people.
It's been 15 years, 12 losing seasons in 15 years. And I feel the frustration.
I do too. Speaking of patience, we wait, Kawhi. I mean, we're waiting. But you know what? I guess I'd hold off until we're done with the RJ Zion game, please. But where do you think? First, where would you want him to go? Because if he chooses the Lakers over the Raptors, we're going to see it's a shift in the NBA.
Here's where I want him.
The Clippers.
In the CIA or the FBI. This man could be a spy in this.
Yes, absolutely.
I know. The fact that we are following planes and everything, we will see. I mean, you can't trust anything, the percentages that people are putting out there. What do you know? You seem to know a lot.
I don't know nothing. One thing about Kawhi and his camp, they keep it airtight, and I love it. That's the way it's supposed to be. But if I'm Kawhi, I got to sign back with Toronto. I just don't see him leaving that city, that country, because it's a whole country that's going to embrace him. Even if he go to L.A., he's not going to be the biggest star. You still have stars among stars. Go there and be the whole country. And they have the most money to give them, $190 million.
Okay.
Come on, Kawhi J.
You're gonna
I
talk
saw his face on the jump today, $190 million. I went, oh, yeah. Go back there.
We're going to hear a lot more of your thoughts, of course, on Kawhi. Doris, we'll be hearing from you later. It's going to be an exciting, both games, actually, that we got the call for later tonight on ESPN.
I might need to stay home and listen to it on TV
I'm saying.
Yeah,
look, as we wait for Kawhi, of course, we have a little distraction in the main attraction tonight in the Pelicans and Knicks, a.k.a. Zion versus RJ.
RJ is cold-blooded, assassin-like.
It's going to be fun getting to play against my close friend.
I'm going to do anything to win.
Zion has already been installed for Rookie of the Year. Do you want to say now that you're coming for that?
It's going to be a battle, but I can get it.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate.
And they are going to be donning those jerseys for the first time, guys, as we are now joined by our ESPN insider, Malika Andrews, you spent a fair amount of time in New Orleans. You've seen her cover, obviously, the Bulls and the Bucks and our Midwest teams, but you've also been, assigned to covering, Zion's
sort of be the
arrival.
Midwest.
Yes.
I guess extension of the Midwest.
There we go. And look, tonight there's 5 games here, Thomas and Macarena. Everyone, though, is looking forward to the 9:30 Eastern game between the Pelicans and the Knicks. And Malika, you were at shoot-around this morning. What more can you tell us about what we can expect tonight from Zion?
Well, expect Zion, minutes-wise, to be playing 24 to 28 minutes. They're not trying to overdo this, right? They're trying to see him kind of get back into basketball shape a little bit because, as Alvin Gentry put it to me, he's been on the Zion tour for the last month. He's been doing all the media appearances and kind of basketball's been a little bit at the back of his mind. And so they're trying to get him to get his legs under him tonight. This isn't going to be him maxing himself out.
Zion tour. That's I mean the attention around Zion Williamson has been compared to something we've never even seen since LeBron James.
Yes.
LeBron James didn't enter the league when social media was as prevalent as it is today.
Right.
So when I ask you this, who do you think has more pressure on them, Zion in New Orleans or RJ Barrett in a city like New York?
It's Zion for sure. But he's handled it well. That's the surprising thing. Like, you watch him at Duke, cameras was following him all around, and he's never been rattled. He's always stepped up to the plate. The pressure is on him because he's the next best thing. Just think about it. Last year, he was in college, and he was the most talked about basketball player over LeBron James, over Kevin Durant. Like, people were talking about this kid. Like, you know, he's already an icon before he even played his first Summer League game. So the pressure is on him.
And then on the flip side of that, you have David Griffin saying, look, this is this is Drew Holiday's team. Don't get it twisted. This is Drew Holiday's team. And I get why they're doing that, right? They're trying to take some of the pressure off of him to let him grow. But the way that this arena is filling up right now, they're not filling up for Drew Holiday.
Hey, Griff, look, I love you, but I ain't buying it. I was born, but not last night.
I mean, but Drew Holiday is going to be a great veteran in that locker room to help Zion grow. And but look, this offseason, David Griffin has completely turned that team around. In addition to Zion, they got J.J. Redick, Derek Favors, along with Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram in that AD trade, which is not going to be official until tomorrow. So what do you make of the moves that the Pelicans make, and what your expectations for them this season?
Well, first of all, you got to give a lot of credit to Gail Benson and Nicky Loomis for hiring David Griffin. He was the right guy for the job, and he went there. I love him when I played for him in Cleveland. He's a guy he's a mastermind at this. He knows this game, and I'm glad he got an opportunity. And you see, he didn't waste no time. He got a medical staff in there, an athletic staff in there. They're building a new arena. I think it's perfectly set up, and Griff know how to go about it the right way. He's going to guide Zion through this. He's going to make sure he put right vets around him, the right players around him, and I love it to death. Shout out to Coach Gentry, too, because he finally got a good, healthy team to start off with.
Yeah, absolutely. On the Knicks side, R.J. Barrett, has embraced New York, but after missing out on, big free agents, Perk, what do you feel the position for New York? Like, what is the timeline in your mind? You said they're fine because they got, Julius Randle.
Well, I don't think they're sorry. I just don't think they're at the bottom like people think they are. Like, they're okay. They're going to be fine. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks make the playoffs this year. Like, they're going to be okay. One thing about Coach Fizdale, he come from a great championship culture in Miami. He's going to have those guys ready to play. I love it. They had to start from ground zero. Like, think about it. Like, they had to really start from the bottom. And now I think Scott Perry in the front office, they're making the right moves. Yeah, they didn't land a big free agency, but so what? They end up getting a stud in Julius Randle. They got R.J. Barrett. They got Knox. They got some good pieces to build around, and I think they'll be all right.
Well, so while RJ's settling into New York, what more can you tell us about how Zion's fitting in the Big Easy?
Well, he went down there. He hadn't been there before.
Who are you saying hi to? Who are you saying hi to?
Gar. It's got to be Gar.
Oh, okay. That's what Summer League is.
Yeah, just
there's a little pit down here where people just kind of talk and mingle. And so, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I just, keep craning my neck. Has Zion arrived yet? Has he arrived yet?
Yes.
He's going to be coming in any minute now. But I think he is starting to adapt to the Big Easy a little bit. And the thing about New Orleans is they just want a star that's going to love them back, right? This is a city that is so proud of themselves and their culture and kind of the adversity they've overcome and Katrina and all these other things. They just want a star to be giving them that sort of love and that they can show it back. But I do think it's starting to grow on him.
One thing, though, there has been one thing is that, now that Zion, he seems that he can't do any wrong. But there has been some rumblings about some criticisms that he's put on a little bit of pounds, which, New Orleans does not help that situation.
I played there for a year, Cass. I know.
What was your kryptonite?
Oh, everything. Crawfish, etouffee, fried fish.
Yes.
You see, look, the retired life in Texas, I already put on the retired 30.
He hasn't played in games after games since spring.
No,
so you had all worried about, the size of Zion.
I'm serious. He really need to drop about 30 pounds. To be honest, he need to drop 30 pounds because no way he's going to be able to carry that weight. And it's better on his body. He's going to be playing a lot of minutes. You got to expect that he's going to be playing 35 to 38 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of minutes for him. And he's a high-flying guy. So at the end of the day, you want to protect your body. So if I was him, I would actually reach out to LeBron James.
Oh, smart.
To get good mentorship because LeBron is open to that.
Yeah, but LeBron also spends over $1 million on maintaining his body.
To also
so
make $1 billion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, make sure to check out all Malika's work on ESPN.com and follow her on Twitter, Malika_Andrews, for all her greatness. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, as the Zion and RJ matchup is getting underway, look, the board man is still waiting to get paid. We're still waiting to find out where that is going to be. That's the question. Everybody is just waiting to know.
Leonard is the most powerful man in the NBA.
Kawhi Leonard dominating right now. Kawhi right now. Who is the best basketball player on earth?
And welcome back to the Thomas and Mack Arena. What were you saying, Perk?
Oh, my bad. That slipped out.
I didn't hear. You know, we're looking over the way. The Jump is actually going on live right now on ESPN. And they got Vince Carter, who just worked some games. You guys are all busy. You were on the Jump earlier today, and then we have Ariel Helwani, who was working sidelines earlier.
Cass, I'm just trying to be part of the family. I'm just trying to
you are. And by the way, you have a big event tomorrow night as well.
I know.
Tell the people
UFC
first.
239. That's why I'm here in Vegas, but they let me do some sideline. To be honest, I feel like I started my NBA run on Hoop Streams.
You sure did.
Started from
Let them know.
Started from the Hoop Streams. Now we here. Sort of.
At Hoop
I don't want to
Streams.
call you know.
At Hoop Streams.
Anyway, so UFC 239, guys. John Jones tomorrow night. The GOAT.
Classic.
Going up against Thiago Santos, big underdog, heavy hitter, Brazilian, and then Amanda Nunes, the female GOAT, defending her title against Holly Holm, the one who knocked out Ronda Rousey.
Right.
So it's a huge.
You can see that on ESPN app as well.
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus.
Yes.
Is it sold out like this game already?
Yes.
Oh man, so that goes.
But I can hook you up. If you guys need a hookup, I can hook you up.
Okay, you know what we're gonna get into. Speaking of Hoop Streams Rise, this segment is part of that rise.
What's going
It's called
on?
Perk's Tweets. Let's get into it. And Perk, you've been busy. Those Twitter fingers have been busy. And you've been all over this Kawhi free agency, tweeting a few days ago. Damn, Kawhi J took a 6-hour flight to Toronto for a meeting. Oh, snap. I know he didn't take a 6-hour flight to tell them he's not coming back. Oh, Canada wants to smoke. If I were Masai Ujiri, I would take Kawhi and his people's passports. I tweeted you back, so I read that in your voice. I mean.
Yes.
I do the same when I read your tweets.
Listen,
Canadian, by the way.
Listen, I don't like. If Kawhi wasn't coming back, a phone call or maybe they come to LA. But for him to take a 6-hour plane ride to know what he already know about Canada.
Right.
That was a great job by Masai Ujiri.
And
I don't see him telling them no.
I think that the longer this goes, the better it is for the Raptors.
Absolutely.
That means because he was gone. We always knew this was a one and done, and that means he's mulling this over. He's having trouble saying goodbye.
Absolutely.
And every day passes, I think the Raptors have a better chance.
Absolutely.
And right now, I think they have the best chance.
Let me tell you, I agree, and let me tell you why. First of all, great job by Masai to even get Kawhi to get on the plane, right? So
I mean, he's a class act, though. He's gonna break up. He's not something he's gonna break up over text message.
No, don't act like it haven't though, right?
I know, but I'm just thinking I don't want
to.
But
listen, but like for real though, Cass, like he know what this country brings. Like not just Toronto, we talking about the country. Like he has a chance to be the man of the country.
You're talking to a Canadian who held the flag up and sang the national anthem.
Did you see the footage of him? Like it was like O.J. Simpson.
Yes.
They were following him
but
down the highway.
in a positive
Yes,
way.
in a positive way. I've never seen anything like that.
I thought it was more like Barack Obama.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I was just having,
Let's keep it moving. More Perks tweets. And we got another one here. It's on free agency. And the Utah Jazz, who got extremely better this offseason, is what you tweeted. They are going to be a serious problem. God bless America.
Yes, they are.
Agree.
Everybody keep talking about the Lakers and Anthony Davis and LeBron James, rightfully so, but nobody's talking about the Utah Jazz. Mike Conley.
I've been talking about it.
Bogdanovich,
Yes.
Rudy Gobert coming back.
Bogdanovich was a huge pickup.
Ingles, you picked up Jeff Green on the vet minimum.
yeah.
Like, they're deep. And
My main man, Emmanuel Mudiay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my guy. I don't know if you knew, my guy was Emmanuel
They
Mudiay.
deep and they're ready. No other team in the league have made moves like they made moves.
Right. Now, what I want to know is, why do you end that tweet with God bless America? What does that have to do with the Utah Jazz?
Well, it just has a lot to do with everything. It's just my feelings.
You were just so hyped.
Because I'm thinking about their team, and I'm like, man, they deep, man. Like,
and that, are you just, is that also you happy about you see more balance now in the NBA?
Yes.
Unless Kawhi goes to the Lakers, then there wouldn't be any balance.
Right, and that's what the league is starting to get back to where it need to be. It's no more, like if Kawhi go back to Toronto, it's no more super team.
There's like 8 teams that have a legit chance.
So who you pick? Nobody, right? So it's good. It's good. The God bless America thing is me looking at the Utah Jazz like, who is going to beat them 4 out of 7 if the season started today or with the playoffs or whatever. That's where that comes
also
from.
excited for Donovan Mitchell to learn from Mike Conley
and
how
I
to
forgot all about Donovan Mitchell just now.
He's actually right on the jump right now
That makes me say God
ESPN.
bless America
Yes, exactly.
again.
All right, so let's keep this Perks tweets moving. A lot of notable free agents left in the market, and one of the most notable is Boogie Cousins. Perky tweeted, "I can't believe my boy Boogie Cousins is still on the market after an unexpectedly slow start to free agency for him. You know, he replaced his agent last week. What do you think's been the holdup for him finding a team?"
I don't know, but you know, it only take one GM to spread any type of negativity about you, and it kind of falls in line. But in my opinion, I think Boogie just need a chance to play his style of play, because everybody trying to do the run and gun. You want a big who can catch lobs. You want a big who can block shots and protect the rim. He's not a leaper, but he's a 20 and 10 guy if you put him in the right situation. And I hate it because it's almost like they're trying to push him all the way out the league. Well, this guy's a talent. Like this guy was a guy who, before he tore his Achilles, he was about to get $200+ million.
I feel bad for him. I know a lot of people want to hate on him. I feel bad for him because, as you mentioned, right before he had that injury, he was en route to getting one of those big deals, and I still think he can contribute. I feel like he's one of those guys who will get signed immediately after Kawhi makes his decision. Like, there's a couple of dominoes that need to fall, and he's the one.
If Kawhi goes to the Lakers, maybe Boogie will go to the Lakers and get that chip that he missed out on with the Warriors.
What do you think?
I think he deserves a fat chance to get his money.
Yes.
He might go to the Lakers, but
I think he has a better chance if Kawhi doesn't go to the Lakers. That they'll sign him.
Well, I think they'll sign. I think they're very high on JaVale McGee. I like him actually going to the Spurs. But the reason why I like Boogie going to the Spurs, with Greg Popovich, he'll put him in position to be successful. You know, playing with LeBron, LeBron's going to be looking for a guy to pick, roll, lobs to. That's not his game. And you want him to be successful. But like I said, people still question Boogie attitude. Was it fool's gold over the last couple of years?
With a big man.
Right.
And the game's
was it
changed
fool's
a bit.
gold?
Yeah.
And the NBA is getting so caught up in culture, which I understand. But at the end of the day, I like a guy who can ruffle the feathers every now and then.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
If you can go out there and put the ball in the hole,
if you don't say so yourself, Big Perk. Ariel, you're going to be back with us.
Yes.
Because your work never stops.
Listen, if I could be here with you guys for like 10 hours straight, this is heaven.
It's
This is incredible.
We're coming to you live
right now.
from Las Vegas. We're leading into the Bulls and Lakers game coming to you at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. If you want to watch these games live on the ESPN app, just subscribe right now to your cable provider. Actually, Perk was taking a
breather
for us. I was keeping Ariel with
Cassidy
us
was
here.
trying to get rid of me a little
China, I know, I was
prematurely.
trying to get the Heat and China game is wrapping up behind us as the Heat are really taking care of business. 92-48 coming up later. Again, Bulls and Lakers, and then Pelicans and Knicks is the big one that we're waiting for.
The main event.
The main events. This is undercards right now.
Well done, Cassidy. Well done.
Nick DePaula, our shoe expert, our sneaker extraordinaire, our I don't know, shoe head. That's where
those all work.
Those all work.
Can
okay,
I mention
great.
something about
Yes.
Nick? We don't see it on camera here. He is rocking Vancouver Grizzlies shorts.
Yes.
This is incredible, all right?
Teal.
He deserves a lot of credit for this. Like, we're cutting it off right at the shorts, but my man, much respect.
Appreciate it. Summer League is where you see the craziest, randomest jerseys, so I figured Defunct City team would be great.
That's true. It's a little bit of see, I don't know if you guys know this. I have to wear this uniform for the next 2 weeks. This is
Only
what
one
I wear.
shirt? They didn't give you multiple ones?
They gave me multiple ones, but it's essentially just this.
Yes.
That's why you got to go with the sneakers. Me and Perk are rocking the same J's, by the way. So let's get into actual sneakers. And what's going on with this rookie class? Has anyone signed with a sneaker deal?
So far, 3 rookies have signed. It's unlike any other draft I've seen. Usually it's the opposite, and there's only 1 or 2 guys from the lottery that haven't signed a shoe deal yet. And basically the holdup is Zion. Zion hasn't decided. Zion's drawing this process out, and it's just holding everybody else up right now.
Wow.
Well, what's the deal? What's the holdup? Would you have any insight as to why it's taking him a while to sign?
So when LeBron came in, and when players of that stature come in, they try to sign their deal before the draft lottery, so that the market hasn't been set yet. And as we saw in a matter of 16 seconds, the Knicks and Lakers were on the board, and then it went to Memphis and Pelicans. But Zion hadn't even had an agent by that time. So they've really been dragging it out. They then got an agency with CAA. They've only just recently done their meetings a couple weeks ago. So they're just taking their time, and it's drawing everything out.
I mean, obviously a lot was made of, the Nikes that blew out in the Duke game that Barack Obama, speaking of,
when the
was
shoe
in
broke.
attendance.
Yeah.
Is Nike in the running?
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah. So Jordan brand's in the running. Li Ning, Chinese brand that had Dwayne Wade with them for a lot of time. His agency, the people at his agency actually managed the Dwayne Wade partnership with Li Ning.
Okay.
So there's really close connections there. And then Puma would love to make a splash and potentially sign him as well.
Who's atop the leaderboard?
I think right now you could put Jordan at the top.
Oh, wow.
But they're still working through it all, still trying to get other offers. They had another offer from Anta that just came in on Wednesday. So it's still going on, still a process that's taking place.
Well, what about R.J. Barrett? Is there a market for him to have his own shoe or signature shoe?
Probably not a signature for RJ anytime soon, but he's really deciding between Jordan, Adidas, and Puma. We might see him wear Pumas tonight, but they're still talking about that as well. I think whoever misses out on Zion, all of a sudden they're going to have a lot of money in the bank, and maybe they're going to then sign 3 or 4 guys out of the rookie class.
I mean, last year we saw a huge splash with Puma, with big names, DeAndre Ayton, Marvin Bagley, Kevin Knox. Which brand do you anticipate will replicate that this year?
So yeah, Puma signed 5 guys in the lottery last year. This year they're only trying to sign 1 or 2, not make as big of a splash. They'd love to get RJ. We have Rui Hachimura, who signed with Jordan Brand. Just with his global fan base in Japan, that's a really interesting one. And then John Morant signed with Nike. He didn't want to take any meetings with anybody else. He just wanted a Nike deal, and it was a very quick process.
Could I ask about New Balance? I've been so impressed with what they've done with Kawhi Leonard, not just from a shoe perspective, but just the whole marketing, the shirts. Are they going to make a push for it, or are they just happy having 1 or 2 guys?
Well, happy having 1 guay that was the Finals MVP.
Yes.
So for sure. So they're really taking this easily and slow. They do have Darius Bazley, who went 23rd to the Thunder. They signed him before when he
last
did that
year,
internship.
right? Yeah.
And then they're going to look at some guys in the fall, but they're kind of sitting this out right now.
Is there a lot? Is there anything to the talk that New Balance prefers Kawhi goes to an LA team over Toronto?
LA would be a great market for sure, but I think their biggest thing is they just want him to win. I think they were all surprised that he ended up winning the title the way he did. I think that was as good as it could have went. So I think it's more about contending for a title. If he goes to the Clippers or Lakers, though, they would probably be contending. So I think they'd be happy either way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I mean, can we anticipate Zion signing anytime soon? Or
I think it'll happen within the next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
think it'll happen the next week.
So then, stay tuned to our Summer League coverage because I'm sure Nick will be all over that. So thank you so much for joining us here on Hoop Streams. We're coming to you live on Twitter, on YouTube, and the ESPN app. Right behind us, the Heat and China game is about 5 minutes and 40 seconds away from being completed. We are leading up to the Lakers and Bulls game. Got final minute back here with Kendrick, Perkins, and Ariel. And guys, we're in Vegas, so I'm going to run through a couple bets if you think it's a good bet or something that you're going to pass on. And let's start with really the bet that who's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
Would you put money down that R.J. Barrett wins Rookie of the Year over Zion Williamson?
Easy. Yes. I told you this. We were sitting next to each other. Don't forget. And I saw Jacoby try to jump on my coattails. RJ Barrett is Rookie of the Year.
I don't want to bet money, but let's bet a pair of J's then. I got Zion Williamson winning Rookie of the Year.
RJ Barrett, you saw the handshake right here?
Yeah.
RJ Barrett,
Zion
2019-20 Rookie of the Year.
Okay, I'm going to keep it going. Right now, the Knicks are favored to win all of Summer League. There's an actual betting line on the Knicks winning Summer League. You taking that bet?
I
8-1.
But just because R.J. Barrett might not play the entire Summer League.
No.
He's going to play tonight, guys, though.
He's going to play tonight, but he may play 2 or 3 games.
Listen, yes, because this team has a chip on their shoulders. Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, Lonzo Trier. These guys are going to prove all of you wrong. Watch out for my Knicks.
That's
Watch
it for
out.
this edition of Hoop Streams. Tune in right now. Subscribe to your cable provider to watch the action live on the ESPN app.
On the floors,
man. Look at this.
On the floors.